Hello and welcome back to my 100% playthrough of Dragon Age Origins. Let's get right into it. We do have a new place to explore today, so I imagine there'll be quite a lot going on. Okay, here we are in Morrigan's house. Having been rescued in the last episode. Right.
See, here is your fellow Grey Warden. You worry too much, young man.
You're alive. I thought you were dead for sure.
I'm not, thanks to Morrigan's mother.
Oh, this doesn't seem real. If it weren't for Morrigan's mother, we'd be dead on top of that tower.
Do not talk about me as if I am not present, lad.
I didn't mean... But what do we call you? You've never told us your name?
Names are pretty, but useless. The chastened folk call me Flemeth. I suppose it will do.
The Flemeth? From the legends? Daveth was right. You're the Witch of the Wilds, aren't you?
And what does that mean? I know a bit of magic, and it has served you both well, has it not?
We can't be safe here. Where are all the Darkspawn?
The largest part of the Horde has moved on. We are safe enough for now. Old Flemeth knows a thing or two about hiding. The longer you are here, the less that is true, however. These things will notice you eventually.
We need to stop this blight somehow.
We need to bring Loghain to judgment. Why would he do this?
Now that is a good question. Men's hearts hold shadows darker than any tainted creature. Perhaps he believes the Blight is an army he can outmaneuver. Perhaps he does not see that the evil behind it is the true threat.
The Archdemon.
Then we need to find this Archdemon.
By ourselves? No Grey Warden has ever defeated a Blight without the army of a half-dozen nations at his back. Not to mention... I don't know how.
How to kill the Archdemon, or how to raise an army? It seems to me those are two different questions, Have the Wardens no allies these days?
I don't know. Duncan said that the Grey Wardens of Orlais had been called, and Arl Eamon would never stand for this, surely.
Arl Eamon, the Isle of Redcliffe?
I suppose. Arl Eamon wasn't at Ostagar. He still has all his men. And he was Kaelin's uncle. I know him. He's a good man, respected in the Landsmeet. Of course, we could go to Redcliffe and appeal to him for help.
What about those treaties Flemeth gave us?
See? There is a smart lass.
Of course! The treaties. Grey Wardens can demand aid from dwarves, elves, mages, and other places. They're obligated to help us during a blight.
I may be old, but dwarves, elves, mages, this Arl Eamon, and who knows what else. This sounds like an army to me.
So can we do this? Go to Redcliffe and these other places and build an army?
Why not? Isn't that what Grey Wardens do?
So you are set then, ready to be Grey Wardens.
Yes, thank you for everything, Flemeth.
No, thank you. You are the Grey Wardens here, not I. Now, before you go, there is yet one more thing I can offer you.
The stew is bubbling, Mother dear. Shall we have 2 guests for the eve, or none?
The Grey Wardens are leaving shortly, girl. And you will be joining them.
Such a shame. What?
You heard me, girl. The last time I looked, you had ears.
Thank you, but if Morrigan doesn't want to join us...
Her magic will be useful. Even better, she knows the wilds and how to get past the Horde.
Have I no say in this?
You have been itching to get out of the wilds for years. Here is your chance. As for you, Wardens, consider this repayment for your lives.
Very well, we'll take her with us.
Not to look a gift horse in the mouth, but won't this add to our problems? Out of the wilds, she's an apostate.
If you do not wish help from us illegal mages, young man, perhaps I should have left you on that tower.
Point taken.
Mother, this is not how I wanted this. I'm not even ready.
You must be ready. Alone, these two must unite for Eldon against the Darkspawn. They need you, Morrigan. Without you, they will surely fail, and all will perish under the Blight. Even I.
I understand.
And you, Wardens. Do you understand? I give you that which I value above all in this world. I do this because you must succeed.
I understand.
Allow me to get my things, if you please. I am at your disposal, Grey Wardens. I suggest a village north of the Wilds as our first destination. It is not far, and you will find much you need there. Or, if you prefer, I shall simply be your silent guide. The choice is yours.
No, I prefer you speak your mind.
Haha, you will regret saying that.
Dear, sweet mother, you are so kind to cast me out like this. How fondly I shall remember this moment.
Well, I always said, if you want something done, do it yourself. Or hear about it for a decade or two afterwards.
Do you really want to take her along because her mother says so?
We need all the help we can get.
I guess you're right. The Grey Wardens have always taken allies where they could find them.
I am so pleased to have your approval.
I think we should just get underway.
Farewell, Mother. Do not forget the stew on the fire. I would hate to return to a burned-down hut.
Bah! 'Tis far more likely you will return to see this entire area, along with my hut, swallowed up by the Blight.
All I meant was...
Yes, I know. Do try to have fun, dear.
Okay, there we go. We've got a new companion, Morrigan. She's a mage, just like I am, although, as you can see, she's got a selection of different spells down there.
What shall I do?
While we've got Morrigan in the party, she and Alistair, as you can probably tell, really don't get along. So if you've got both of them along, it's really hard to get approval from both of them in the same conversation. The best you can hope for is usually to be neutral to the pair of them, or just accept that you're going to annoy one of them. Okay, let's move on here. Okay, Lothering. So this is the town just north of the Wilds that Morrigan mentioned. Let's head there.
And I expect each of you to supply these men. We must rebuild what was lost at Ostagar, and quickly. There are those who would take advantage of our weakened state if we let them. We must defeat this Darkspawn incursion, but we must do so sensibly and without hesitation.
Your lordship, if I might speak. You have declared yourself Queen Honora's regent, and claim we must unite under your banner for our own good. But what of the army lost at Ostagar? Your withdrawal was most... fortuitous.
Everything I have done has been to secure Ferelden's independence. I have not shirked my duty to the throne, and neither will any of you!
The Banorn will not bow to you simply because you demand it.
Understand this. I will brook no threat to this nation from you or anyone.
Van Tegan, please!
Your Majesty, your father risks civil war. If Eamon were here...
Van Tegan, my father is doing what is best.
Did he also do what was best for your husband, Your Majesty?
Okay, so this is a random encounter, although random might not be the right word. You get this if you healed the dog in Ostagar. Unless you're a human noble, of course, because they've already got a dog. But these can happen when you're traveling around the world map. If you've met certain conditions, you could activate a certain event that pops up. Unfortunately, I accidentally froze my own allies there, but that's okay. Perfect, done. Yeah, so if you haven't guessed already, this is how we get the dog. So we healed him, and he's come to find us. Those Darkspawn didn't hurt you, boy, did they?
I think he was out there looking for you. He's chosen you. Mabari are like that. They call it imprinting.
Does this mean we're going to have this mangy beast following us about now? Wonderful.
He's not mangy.
I've always wanted a dog like this. Maybe it's meant to be. Okay, I suck with names, so I'm just going to call it dog. That's fine, it'll do. The Codex entry is whatever you name the dog. It's not normally dog. I'm just lazy with my names. Okay, let's have a look through the Codex entry. There's a few things we've unlocked here. So characters. Some of these are just updates, like Alistair here. Queen Honora, I think, is new, though. We have been given the gift of freedom by our forebears. Let us not squander it. The only child of the war hero Logan McTeer, Honora has never been one to stay quietly in the background. It is common knowledge that in the 5 years Honora and Kaelin held the throne together, she was the one wielding the power. She is held in much higher esteem than her husband by the people of Ferelden, nobility and commoners alike, and commands the respect even of foreign nations, having once inspired Empress Selene of Orlais to declare Honora of Ferelden is a solitary rose among brambles. Yeah, so Honora was the queen that we saw in that wee cutscene with Logain just now. Let's see, Al-Eamon. Nobility does not exist without obligation. We owe all we have, even our lives, to our land and our people. As the maternal uncle of King Kaelin, Al-Eamon is one of the king's most trusted advisors. Redcliffe, while not a large or especially wealthy part of Ferelden, is a critical strategic location. The fortress guards the western pass that leads to Orlais, as well as the major trade route with Orzammar. A well-respected man, though not the most charismatic, King Kaelin once said of him, "My uncle Eamon is a man everyone thinks well of, when they remember to think of him at all." We haven't seen him yet. He was mentioned in the cutscene, though, which is why I think we got that now. Flemeth. You are required to do nothing, least of all, believe. Ages ago, legend says, Ban Conobar took to wife a beautiful young woman who harboured a secret talent for magic, Flemeth of Highever. And, for a time, they lived happily, until the arrival of a young poet, Osin, who captured the lady's heart with his verse. They turned to the chastened tribes for help, and hid from Conobar's wrath in the wilds. Until word came to them that Conobar lay dying. His last wish was to see Flemeth's face one final time. The lovers returned, but it was a trap. Conobar killed Osin and imprisoned Flemeth in the highest tower of the castle. In grief and rage, Flemeth worked a spell to summon a spirit into this world to wreak vengeance upon her husband. Vengeance she received, but not as she planned. The spirit took possession of her, turning Flemeth into an abomination. A twisted, maddened creature, she slaughtered Conobar and all his men and fled back into the wilds. For 100 years Flemeth plotted, stealing men from the Chasen to sire monstrous daughters, horrific things that could kill a man with fear. These Korcari witches led an army of Chasen from the wilds to strike at the Alamari tribes. They were defeated by the hero Cormac, and all the witches burned, so they say, but even now the wilders whisper that Flemeth lives on in the marsh, and she and her daughters steal those men who come too near. Morrigan's mother saved the last Grey Wardens from death at the top of the Tower of Ishal, but just who or what Flemeth truly is a mystery. Okay, what else we got? Logain, that is just an update. He then returned to Denerim and declared himself the regent to his daughter, Queen Honora, demanding that Ferelden follow him against the Darkspawn, upsetting a great many of the bands. Morrigan, I think this is just an update. Her mother claims to be Flemeth. If that's true, The Morrigan may well be a powerful witch, for the tales of the Daughters of Flemeth tell of twisted, monstrous woman who can kill a man with fear. She was made to accompany the surviving Grey Wardens, the payment, Flemeth said, for saving their lives at the Tower of Eshal. And then Ban Tegan is the one we saw challenge Logain in the cutscene. The Banon will not bow to you simply because you demand it. Younger brother to Al Eamon of Redcliffe, and young uncle to King Caelan, Tegan holds the Banon of Rainsfair, a tiny province of Redcliffe squeezed between the Frostback Mountains and Lake Calenhad. Ban Tegan avoids the Denerim court, except to go hunting with his nephew, and rarely makes himself heard at the Landsmeet, preferring to leave politics to his brother. Cool. We unlocked a couple of controls things as well. I won't read these. Party approval. That is fine. That looks like the only one there. I thought there was another one. Ah, here it is. The world map. Yep. Sweet. Okay. So now we have the dog. We're all good. We've actually got our full party, so you can only have 4 people in your party at once. Although, to be honest, throughout this playthrough, I will probably not use the dog very much, simply because the dog doesn't... I mean, it's fun to play as. You can play as the dog and run around as the dog. And he has some interesting skills as well, some pretty good skills, actually. But he just doesn't really add much in terms of conversation, so I'd rather have characters that are actually contributing to the story. Although, like I said, the dog is fun if you want to use him for a bit. And I might actually use him for the first wee bit, just since we've got him. But that's about it. Okay, let's keep going.
Wake up, gentlemen! More travelers to attend to. Led by an elf, of all things.
They don't look much like them others, you know. Maybe we should just let these ones pass.
Nonsense. Greetings, travelers!
Highwaymen, preying on those fleeing the Darkspawn, I suppose.
They are fools to get in our way. I say, teach them a lesson.
Now, is that any way to greet someone? A simple 10 silvers, and you're free to move on.
Right, you've got a couple of ways to deal with this. They ask for 10 silvers, but if you agree to pay it, they're going to double the price and make you pay 20 silvers. But you can do that, and then they'll leave you alone. Alternatively, you could fight. I'm going to try and do the third option, though. You should listen to your friend. We're not refugees.
What did I tell you? No wagons, and this one looks armed.
The toll applies to everyone, Henrik. That's why it's a toll, and not, say, a refugee tax.
Oh, right. Even if you're no refugee, you still gotta pay.
You're toll collectors, then?
Indeed, for the upkeep of the Imperial Highway. It's a bit of a mess, isn't it?
You're fixing the highway? I think not.
Not much gets past you, I see.
It's not really a toll. We're just robbing you, see?
Do shut up. Even a genlock would have understood that.
Forget it, I'm not paying.
Well, I can't say I'm pleased to hear that. We have rules, you know.
Right. We get to ransack your corpse then. Those are the rules.
Okay, you can intimidate. I don't think I'm... I guess we'll give it a go. I do have some points in coercion, which might help, even though my strength is absolutely awful.
A mage? Ah, I don't want to be a toad.
Nobody's turning you into a toad, you sniveling bastard. But we'll, let the toll go. Just this once.
Okay, that's actually not what I was hoping for, so I think we're going to attack. I've changed my mind. It's time to test some spells.
Don't turn me into a toad!
I didn't actually realise he runs off if you claim you're a mage. That's right, we'll fight. So here, the only one you actually need to defeat is the leader. The others surrender once you've beaten him. But I'm going to attack the others just to try and get some more experience from it. I think he's going to go down quickly though because the others are all focusing on him.
We surrender. We're just trying to get by before the Darkspawn get us all.
You picked the wrong target.
Yes, of course. We should have been more careful. I'm sorry.
This is actually what I want to do. Hand over everything you've stolen.
Yes, yes, of course. The coins we collected are right here. Just over 100 silvers. The rest is in the chests we brought. I swear.
So you can either kill them anyway, in which case they'll keep fighting, or you can tell them to run away. Or you could try these other options, I guess. Let's say I'm turning you into the authorities.
There aren't any. Just the Templars, and they'll execute me.
Then start running and don't come back.
Bless you. The Darkspawn can have this place.
Yep, so for that we got 1 gold and 50 silver. We also got an item, which I believe is a unique item. Let's have a look at it. It's a ring, if I remember correctly. Surveyor. It's not a very good ring, it's just +1 willpower, but still, could be useful. Actually, I might give that to my character instead of the ice ring. There we go. Cool. While we're here, I'm actually going to check out Morrigan's equipment, because we haven't really had a chance to look at her. Okay, we can give her an ice band. Buckle of the Winds. She is wearing a charm already. It's a decent one. A +1 willpower, +10 mental resistance. I could give her one of those, but I'm not going to worry about it. And the last thing I want to do is check her armor. She doesn't have a helmet, so we can give her that. Morrigan's robes are actually pretty good with +2 magic, so I'll leave those on. Enchanter's footing. Yeah, sure, we'll give her that. Makes her spells cost slightly more, but it shouldn't really be a big deal. Okay, and if we look at the dog, so dog can actually wear 2 pieces of equipment. I don't believe we have any war paint, but if you do, then you can put it in this slot here, and the other slot is a collar, which by default is this one with +2 constitution. But I'm pretty sure I don't have anything for him. Nah. Okay, that's fine. Righto. Yeah, but convincing them to hand over is the only way you can get that ring. So, could be useful. Anyway. Dead Templar. Some items on there. New quest, a Fallen Templar, and a Codex entry. So let's have a look at the Codex. So many of my fellow knights have been searching for the urn. Surely one of them must have found Brother Genetivi by now. Still, until I hear that all is well, I must proceed as planned. Brother Genetivi holds the key to finding the urn of sacred ashes. We always knew this, but I believe I now know where Brother Genetivi lies. I have been to his home in Denham and found the trail, and I am amazed that other knights have not done likewise. Unless they have? No, it is best not to get caught up in the thoughts of conspiracy. Sir Donal awaits my report in Lothering. I must go to him immediately and report on what I have learned. Should anyone find these ramblings, all I ask is that he be informed of my fate. I pray that he complete what I cannot. A note from Sir Henrik of Redcliffe. Cool. And what do we get here? Lothering, I think, here. In ancient times, Lothering was little more than a trading post that served the fortress of Ostergard to the south. Nowadays it is larger, serving Redcliffe and the community of merchants and service dwarves near Orzammar. Its location on the North Road gives it strategic value, so control of Lothering has historically been a matter of contention between the southern Bannorn and the South Reach Arling. King Kellan had himself stepped in and awarded the town to South Reach in the Exalted Age, which has largely ended the feud, or at least the appearance of it. From In Pursuit of Knowledge, The Travels of a Chantry Scholar, by Brother Genetivi. You will notice Brother Genetivi does write a lot of these codex entries, not all of them, but certainly a lot of them. And he was also mentioned in the notes, so that actually points out he might be more important to the plot than just kind of some guy who's mentioned in the codex. Alright, now we got all these quests when we were at Flemeth's house. So these ones here, the Isle of Redcliffe, Paragon of a Kind Nature, the Beast, and Broken Circle, they're kind of your 4 main quests for the game. And once you've completed those, you're going to be nearing the end of the game. Got a Fallen Templar, that's one we just got. Cool. Okay, Trap Trigger, Blank Vellum. More Trap Triggers. Okay, all good. Now I actually do want to check something. I have Herbalism and Traps, so yeah, there's the crafting menu. I do want to have a character with... You have Herbalism. What do you have? None of the above, I think. No, okay. I do want someone to have Poison as well at some point, soon, because I'm going to need it in a minute.
Well,
But I think we'll
there
get
it
someone,
is.
so that's fine.
Lothering. Pretty as a painting.
Ah, so you have finally decided to rejoin us, have you? Falling on your blade in grief seemed like too much trouble, I take it.
Is my being upset so hard to understand? Have you never lost someone important to you? Just what would you do if your mother died?
Before or after I stopped laughing?
Right, very creepy. Forget I asked.
What did you want to talk about, Alistair?
His navel, I suspect. He certainly has been contemplating it for long enough.
Oh, I get it. This is the part where we're shocked to discover how you've never had a friend your entire life.
I can be friendly when I desire to. Alas, desiring to be more intelligent does not make it so.
Anyway, I thought we should talk about where we intend to go first.
You have some thoughts on that point, Alistair?
This should be good.
I think what Flemeth suggested is the best idea. These treaties, have you looked at them?
Yes, I have.
There are three main groups that we have treaties for. The Dalish Elves, the Dwarves of Orzammar, and the Circle of Magi. I also still think that Arl Eamon is our best bet for help. We might even want to go to him first.
Then we need to find these people.
I can give you directions, if you like.
I don't need any more directions.
Then you have a plan.
I'm ready to get going.
Fair enough. Let's head into the village whenever you're ready.
Yeah, these ones you can actually do in any order. The Dwarves, the Elves, the Mages, or Arl Eamon. There's a particular order I like doing them in, so that's kind of what I'm going to be following. And we'll talk about that as you've kind of got to make the decision. But I guess, spoiler alert, I do think the best one to visit first would be the Circle of Magi. Kind of makes sense because we are a mage, but some of the things you get there actually make the rest of the game a bit easier, so I do recommend that one first. Anyway, here we are in Lothering, so let's explore that. A few refugees around.
I have a wonder, Alistair. If
This
you
should be easy enough.
will indulge me.
Do I have a choice?
Of the two of you that remain, are you not the senior Grey Warden here? I find it curious that you allow another to lead while you follow.
You find that curious, do you?
In fact, you defer to a new recruit. Is this the policy of the Grey Wardens, or simply a personal one?
What do you want to hear? That I prefer to follow? I do.
You sound so very defensive.
Couldn't you crawl into a bush somewhere and die? That would be great, thanks.
The banter between companions is a great aspect of this game, and it will change depending on who you have with you. Occasionally, I think the dog even gets bantered too, but not this time. This time it was Alistair and Morrigan.
Safe shelter. I'll warn you. There's none to...
I'm going to save here because there's a few
It's
things I
just
want
a
to do
guess,
just
but
here.
I'm thinking everyone in Lothering is aware of the approaching Darkspawn horde.
Yep. Now the golden scythe 490 black. You'll see that's a gift. It's a gift for a companion we actually don't have yet. So we'll just keep that in inventory for a while. The robbed man. Let's talk to him.
Greetings to you, milady. If it isn't too much to ask, might you be able to spare some bread?
What happened to you?
We thought it would be safer in Lothering, that the Terran would bring his soldiers here. But bandits attacked us and took everything. Our food, our clothes, my daughter's pet lamb. Nobody cares.
Taking the
about a
pet
few
lamb
elves
was just
like
mean.
us.
I mean, sure,
Surely
food
you
and clothes,
understand.
but taking a child's pet lamb, that's just cruel. I met those bandits and drove them off.
That's wonderful news. Perhaps our belongings are still there.
I can't thank you enough, friend. Even if we don't get everything back, it's good to know others will be safe.
I don't remember seeing a lamb with the bandits though, so I think the lamb's gone. Maybe I'm just focused too much on the lamb. Okay. Let's talk to him.
Have you seen my mother?
That depends. Who's your mother?
She's really tall, and she has red hair. We live on a big farmhold, all of us. Some mean men with swords came, and Mother told me to run to the village as fast as I could, so I did. She said she'd be right behind me, but I've been waiting and waiting, and I can't see her.
Come with me, I'll help you look for your mother.
Mother said I wasn't to go with anyone. I'm supposed to wait for her here, in the village.
Now with this child, at some point make sure you tell him to go to the chantry.
I will, but only if I don't find Mother first. So, are you really an elf?
Yes, why do you ask?
Father says elves aren't very nice, but you're nicer than everybody here. Thank you for helping me.
Yeah, telling him to go to the chantry will later give you a quest to find his mother from the chantry. But we'll go grab that in a minute.
Right. As you wish.
What I'm going to do... Right, so here's a chanter's board. So these kind of give you a bunch of...
run errands for the betterment of mankind as well as a few coppers.
Yeah, I mean, Morgan kind of just told you. This is just gives you some random quests. Well, they're not random. They're always the same quest. But they can give you a bunch of different quests. So you just accept the quest here. Know that all who prey upon refugees do so under pain of death. The Maker spurns bandits and their kind. The Templars offer a sizable reward for the apprehension or execution of the bandit leaders plying their trade in the northern wood and roads. Beware, the bandits are numerous and of considerable skill. Only a well-armed and well-trained party should brave the deep wood. We pray for the success of any who undertake this mission. Residents of good standing and passing travellers have indicated there are 3 bandit groups in the northern wood. This humble chanter would echo Sir Brian's caution, lest you wind up another victim to these evil men. The reward for such service is 3 sovereigns. May the Maker look after his children in our hour of need. Yep, so these are pretty simple quests. This one here's just to go kill some bandits, and they will reward you with money. Okay, done. Let's get out of there.
Now, the legions of evil are on your doorstep. They will feast upon our hearts. There is nowhere to run. This evil will cover the world like a plague of locusts.
Please, you're scaring the children.
Better to slit their throats now than let them suffer at Darkspawn hands. There! One of their minions is already amongst us. This woman bears their evil stench. Can you not see the vile blackness that fills her?
Ignore him, people. I know I intend to.
Darkspawn will feast on our flesh! Everyone will die! Your king is dead! There is no
Okay, I know you can do a few other things with that. I'm pretty sure you can chase him off or even kill him, but that's fine. He doesn't really do anything.
Let's get started.
Okay, now when we go into the chantry, do make sure to check for codex entries, because I know there are a few in here. Some of them we already got as a mage origin, but if you had a different origin, you'll want to get those too. But there are a couple I think you can only get in the chantry here.
There's word of
And now,
Darkspawn stragglers.
oh, there's one.
No sign of the main horde. We are the only hope of protection this village has now, and I will not...
The First Blight, Chapter 1. Thedas is a land of fierce diversity, from the assassin princes of Antiva to the faded griffins of the Anderfels. But in my travels, I found one tale that unites the people of this land. It is a story of pride and damnation, and although the telling differs, the essence of the tale remains the same. At the height of its power, the Tevinter Imperium stretched over much of Thedas, uniting the known world under the rule of the tyrannical Magisters. It is said that the old gods, whom the Magisters worshipped, gave them the knowledge of blood magic, and the Magisters used this forbidden power to cement their rule. The blood of elven slaves and humans alike ran down imperial altars to fuel Magister greed, the tales of their excesses so horrifying that one can only be grateful that blood magic is prohibited today. But all that stands tall must eventually fall. Perhaps they foresaw their ruin, or perhaps their pride knew no bounds, but whatever the reason, the Magisters dared to open a magical portal into the Golden City at the heart of the Fade. They sought to usurp the Maker's throne, long left unattended in the Golden City after the Maker turned his back on his creations. They would storm heaven itself with their power and become gods. That is what the Chantry, in its oft-exercised tendency to understate, refers to as the second sin. According to most versions of the tale, the Magisters did indeed reach the Golden City, and walked into the home of the Maker where no living being before them had dared or been able to tread. But humanity is not meant to walk in heaven. The Magisters were wicked with pride and other sins, and their presence tainted the Golden City. What once was a perfect holy citadel became a twisted home of darkness and nightmares. The Magisters were expelled back through their gateway and cursed for their treachery. As the Golden City had been tainted, so were the Magisters twisted and transformed into things of darkness, the very first of the Darkspawn. The Golden City, once a shining beacon at the heart of the Fade, became the Black City, a reminder of all that man's pride had cost. From Tales of the Destruction of Thedas by Brother Genetivi, Chantry Scholar. Also notice we've got a controls entry here. That is for using the job board outside. And there's a second one. It's not that. That one. Crafting. Oh, that's because we opened the crafting menu for the first time.
Not abandoned.
Cool.
That is all. May the Maker have mercy on us.
Who? I beg your pardon. I did not see you approach.
Sir Donald? Is that you?
Alistair? By the Maker, how are you? I was certain you were dead.
Very nearly, Sir Donald. May I introduce my fellow Grey Warden? We are the last two in Ferelden, as far as I know.
Terrible news indeed. Pleased to meet you, my lady. Might I know your name?
I am Melody. It is a pleasure to meet you.
I trust you are staying discreet, with the bounty placed on your heads.
The bounty?
Cairn Loghain has declared the Grey Wardens responsible for the loss at Ostagar. He claims he withdrew his men to save them. I don't believe a word of it. But with the Cairn offering hard coin for your deaths, you'd be smart to keep your identities secret. If Arl Eamon were well, he'd set Loghain straight soon enough.
If he were well? What do you mean?
The Arl is stricken with an illness that threatens his life. We have found no cure, either natural or magical.
When did this happen?
Only a few weeks ago, but he has declined quickly. No one knows the nature of the illness, and even magic has done little to slow its progress. Our only hope now is a miracle. Every knight of Redcliffe has gone in search of the Urn of Sacred Ashes. Andraste's ashes are said to cure any illness, but I fear we are chasing a fable. With each day, my hope dims.
Your friend Sir Henrik is dead. I have something of his.
What? And you have his locket? And a note? Maker's mercy. Thank you for giving me these. I would never have known otherwise.
I drove off the bandits that killed him.
Thank you. I wonder how many of us have met similar fates on this mad quest.
Tell me more about this Urn of Sacred Ashes.
Supposedly, the urn contains the ashes of the prophetess Andraste. Surely you know all this.
I'd like to hear what you've learned.
If you're truly interested, there are books here containing a great deal of lore. Nothing I have found leads me to believe that this was anything more than a quest of desperation. With Henrik gone, I need to return to Redcliffe. Perhaps later I will seek out the scholar his note mentions. But I must go. Thank you again, my lady. You have been most helpful.
Okay, that's one quest completed. And the codex entry. That's why I asked about it, as I had a feeling he gave you that codex entry. Which one is it? The Sacred Ashes of Andraste. Only one person witnessed Mephareth's betrayal. Havard the Aegis, a childhood friend of Mephareth. He accompanied his chief to the meeting with the Tevinters, not realizing what was planned. When he understood that Mephareth was giving Andraste over to be executed, Havard, unwilling to draw swords against his friend and liege, placed himself between Andraste and the Tevinter soldiers. The Tevinters struck him down, and Mephareth left him for dead. Gravely wounded, Havard made his way to the gates of Minrathous to stop the execution. When he reached it, the terrible deed was already done, the armies on the plains long since dispersed. Havard, cursing his weakness, gathered the earthly remains of Andraste that had been left to the wind and rain, and wept. When his fingers touched a pile of ash, his ears filled with the song, and he saw before him a vision of Andraste dressed in cloth made of starlight. She knelt at his side, saying, "The Maker shall never forget you, so long as I remember." The song faded, and the vision with it, and Havard was alone. But his wounds were healed. With new strength, Havard took up the ashes of Our Lady, and bore them back to the lands of the Alamari. From Thedas, Myths and Legends by Brother Genetivi. We've read something very similar before, but that is because we picked up Havard's Aegis, I believe. That shield. Yeah, this one here. So that's basically the same story. It's all good though. Characters. We have just an update for Arl Eamon. He fell ill with a mysterious condition that even magic could not treat. So that's going to be an issue if we go to Redcliffe. Okay. Let's see what else is around.
When the Maker spoke, make it gentle. Let all
As you wish.
Okay, Adventures of the Black Fox. Born Lord Remy Viscal in 863 Blessed, the Black Fox was a dashing thief and rogue who went on to inspire so many tales of his exploits that it is nearly impossible to determine today which are true and which a merely fabricated legend. Despite coming from nobility, he has become something of a hero of the common people. His initial exploits involved ridiculing the tyrannical and powerful Lord of Valchevin. Wearing a mask, he would appear in public and disrupt the Lord's plans to the point that the Lord angrily put a huge bounty on the life of this cunning fox, the origin of the nickname which stuck. That the primary bounty hunter who took the job, Carolus, ended up becoming Remy's lifelong partner in crime, only after nearly killing him several times, is one of the most popular tales told in taverns today. The story is often exaggerated to make Remy appear initially buffoonish, until Carolus becomes so furious at the Black Fox's inexplicable ability to survive, that the cunning Remy gains the upper hand, which impresses Carolus so much that the bounty hunter joins him. After years of terrorizing the Lord's men and foiling his tax collectors, a favourite pastime of Remy's, according to the Orlesian commoners, Remy was supposedly betrayed by his lover Savannah de Montfort, in some versions of the tale a mage of the circle no less, and captured. After more than a year of torture, Remy was rescued from prison by his compatriots, including a repentant Savannah, and together they escaped Orlais. In this period of Remy's adventures, he appears almost everywhere in Thedas. As his legend grew, more innkeepers and merchants were happy to claim that the Black Fox had visited their village or establishment and performed some legendary feat. If the tales are to be believed, Remy led the Lord's men on a merry chase. He became embroiled in political intrigue in Navarra, was hunted by the crows of Antiva, and then kidnapped by a powerful mage in Tevinter. In each situation, Remy escaped death at the last moment, foiled the evildoer, and improved life for the poor and downtrodden. Then, inevitably, he rejoined his band of adventurers and moved on to the next land. His companions Carolus and Savannah, the wise dwarf Bolek, and the tempestuous knight Sir Clementus have each spawned their own individual adventures over the years. The stories all agree that, at some point, the Black Fox disappeared. He and his fellow adventurers voyaged into the heart of the Alathan forest, seeking the sunken city of the elves, and never returned. Many more are the tales that expand on what ultimately happened to them in that forest, and postulate on how they could someday be rescued. From The Adventures of the Black Fox by Gaston Giraud. 911 Dragon. Now this is of course a kind of Robin Hood-like figure, but he does also remind me of the Grey Fox from the Elder Scrolls series. Not sure which came first, Dragon Age or Oblivion, but either way, it's kind of what he reminds me of. Okay. That updated the Sacred Ashes of Andraste entry, I think, but it's okay, I'm not going to bother reading that. This chest here, we're actually going to come back for it because it has a gift inside it, but I don't have a rogue to unlock it right now, so we'll have to come back when we have someone with lockpicking.
Let it rise at last to the ears of the Maker. Let him hear our unwavering faith.
Okay, that cabinet's locked as well, so we can't do that.
Dedication and enduring perseverance.
And then shall the Maker return to us.
There's a book through here. Okay, the Imperial Chantry. There are those who would tell you that the Chantry is the same everywhere as it is here, that the Divine in Val Royeaux reigns supreme in the eyes of the Maker, and that this fact is unquestioned throughout Thedas. Do not believe it. The Maker's second commandment, magic must serve man, not rule over him, never held the same meaning within the ancient Tevinter Imperium as it did elsewhere. The Chantry there interpreted that rule as meaning that mages should never control the minds of other men, and that otherwise their magic should benefit the rulers of men as much as possible. When the clerics of Tevinter altered the Chant of Light to reflect this interpretation of the commandment, the Divine in Val Royeaux ordered the clerics to revert to the original chant. They refused, claiming corruption within Val Royeaux, an argument that grew until in 487 Towers, the Chantry in Tevinter elected its own legitimate and uncorrupted Divine Valhale, who was not only male, but also happened to be one of the most prominent members of the Tevinter Circle of the Magi. This black divine was reviled outside of Tevinter, his existence an offence to the Chantry in Val Royeaux. After 4 exalted marches to dislodge these rebels, all that the Chantry in Val Royeaux accomplished was to cement the separation. While most aspects of the Imperial Chantry's teachings are the same, prohibitions against magic have been weakened, and male priests have become more prevalent. The Circle of the Magi today rules Tevinter directly, ever since the Archon Nomarin was elected in 734 Storm, directly from the ranks of the Enchanters, to great applause from the public. He dispensed with the old rules forbidding mages from taking part in politics, and within a century the true rulers within the various imperial houses, the mages, took their places openly within the government. The Imperial Divine is now always drawn from the ranks of the First Enchanters, and operates as Divine and Grand Enchanter both. This is utter heresy to any member of the Chantry outside of Tevinter, a return to the days of the Magisters, which brought the blights down upon us. But it exists, and even though we have left the Tevinter Imperium to the mercies of the dread Kunari, still they have endured. Further confrontation between the Black Divine and our so-called White Divine is inevitable. From Edicts of the Black Divine by Father David of Carinus, 811 Blessed. Quite interesting history of the Chantry there. Cool, we could talk to the revered mother.
Will you be making a donation to the Chantry, my friend? You look like you have salvaged more of value than most who make it here.
What tithe is acceptable?
Might I suggest 30 silver?
You actually don't have to do this, but I might as well. Very well, 30 silver it is.
Thank you, dear woman. What can I do for you then?
I am a Grey Warden. I need your help.
A Grey Warden? Here? Oh dear. You put me in a difficult position. You must know that Tairn Loghain declared the Grey Wardens to be outlaws.
So I've heard, but it is Loghain who betrayed the king.
Tairn Loghain? That is as hard for me to believe as his condemnation of the Wardens. There is a price on your head. Lay low, and I promise to keep your presence a secret. That is the best I can do. Now, if there is nothing else...
Perhaps I should go.
May the Maker guard you, Grey Warden.
Okay. Well, just lost 30 silver there, but that's okay. Okay, for now we are going to go.
So let's talk about your mother for a moment.
I'd rather talk about your mother.
Well, there's nothing to talk about. And besides, isn't your mother a scary witch who lives in the middle of a forest? Much more interesting. So tell me something, Morrigan. Did you live there in that forest your entire life?
I left it on occasion, but I always returned. Why? Is that...
Okay, before getting those quests over there, we're going to head into Dane's Refuge.
Well, look what we have here, then. I think we've just been blessed.
Uh-oh. Loghain's men. This can't be good.
Didn't we spend all morning asking about an elf by this very description, and everyone said they hadn't seen one?
It seems we were lied to.
Gentlemen, surely there's no need for trouble. These are no doubt simply more poor souls seeking refuge.
They're more than that. Now stay out of our way, sister. You protect these traitors, you'll get the same as them.
Looks like he wants a fight. I'm happy to oblige.
Right, let's make this quick.
Okay, so here we've got Liliana coming to help us out. And we have to fight some of Loghain's men. As usual, take the commander out and the rest will surrender, but let's try and get some more experience before we do that. There you go.
We surrender.
Good. They've learned their lesson and we can all stop fighting now.
You can actually kill them. I tend to prefer making them take a message to Loghain.
What do you want to tell him?
He'll pay for what he's done. We're coming for him.
I'll tell him. Right away, now. Thank you.
I apologize for interfering, but I couldn't just sit by and not help.
So I see. Where does a sister learn to fight like that?
I wasn't born in the Chantry, you know. Many of us had more colorful lives before we joined. Let me introduce myself. I am Liliana, one of the lay sisters of the Chantry here in Lothering. Oh, I was.
I am Melody. A pleasure.
They said you were a Grey Warden. I'm surprised you're an elf. But elves must want the Blight defeated as much as humans, no? I know after what happened you will need all the help you can get. That's why I'm coming along.
I will need help, that's true.
That and the Maker wants me to go with you.
The Maker is on my side? Welcome aboard then.
Then you believe me? I knew the Maker had sent a true dream. A vision that by serving you, I serve his holy plan.
Perhaps your skull was cracked worse than Mother thought.
Thank you. I appreciate being given this chance. I will not let you down.
Okay, so here we get Liliana. Fun thing, on my very first playthrough of this game, I didn't recruit Liliana at all because I never came into this bar. Quite easy to miss if you're not exploring everything, I suppose. But she's really useful because she's a rogue, so she can unlock things for us. For now, I said I'm going to keep the dog for a little bit, so I'm actually going to get rid of Morrigan and take Liliana instead. I'm already a mage, so I don't really need what Morrigan's offering right now, whereas Liliana can be useful, so let's go like that. Perfect. Now I want to check something about Liliana. Perfect. I thought she had the poison making skill. So, there's a few things we can do here.
This should be easy enough.
Just sheer loot him. Blackstone Irregulars.
As I live and breathe, you're the Grey Warden everyone's been talking about.
Is there something I can do for you?
I represent the Blackstone Irregulars. We're a mercenary company that fell on hard times after the war with Orlais. I'm sure you know that times are getting worse every day. With your help, the Irregulars could be of use to Ferelden once more.
How can I be of service?
Our leaders thought you might be willing to help. Each of our posts in Ferelden will contain letters addressed to you. Unlike most who work with us, you're getting letters straight from Raelnor and Tauran, our leaders. I hope this tells you how highly the Irregulars regard the Grey Wardens.
I'll take a look.
Thank you. When you've completed a mission, just return to me or any of our members stationed at an Irregulars post. We'll make sure your efforts are rewarded. Maker's blessings light your path.
Okay, so like the Chantry board that we just looked at, this is another place where you can come to get some quests. So there's two here, Scraping the Barrel and Dereliction of Duty. Scraping the Barrel, my friend, there are a number of people who pledge to the aid of the Blackstone Irregulars in times of need. Those times are now. Here you will find 3 letters of conscription. Deliver them to the people listed below and return to the Irregulars for your payment. Should any of these people refuse, do what you must do to get them to honour their oaths. Conscripts: Durnal Garrison, Redcliffe; Patagritch, Lothering; Farrell Bairn, Denerim. Your friend, Tauran. Okay, well one of them's in Lothering, so we can do that here, but let's take it, and we'll do the others later. Dereliction of Duty. My friend, the Irregulars require a trusted agent to track down and deal with deserters. Do this and you will be rewarded. These deserters took with them valuable supplies crucial to the Irregulars' future as a supplier of martial services. Deal with these wastes of space as you see fit, and bring the supplies back as proof that the problem has been dealt with. We will ask no questions as to your methods or the final condition of the deserters. Use your own discretion. You will likely find them in the following locations: Samael, Lake Callanhead, Leysin Denerim, Taunus, Frostback Mountains. Your friend, Tauran. Perfect. Take that. Okay. That, swap to Liliana because I think that's locked.
I'll do it.
Yep. She can open it. We got the achievement lockpicker. Player profile. That will just be for opening a lock. Yep. Pick the lock on a chest or door. Simple. Okay. Now you will see Balin here with an exclamation point over his head. He is one of 3 what I kind of consider tutorial quest characters. He'll only give you his quest if you or one of your companions has a rank in poison making, which is why I was quite pleased to see Liliana did. So we will talk to him now.
You're here about food. Take it up with that bleeding runt by the chantry. I got other gear to sell.
Okay, know of any well-paying work in Lothering?
Check the chanter's board by the chantry. There's good jobs there. I don't suppose you know anything about poison?
Poison? I have dabbled in such things.
I figured if I kept asking, I'd find someone. I'd pay good coin for some simple poison. Something to slow them beasties down or make them think twice.
I'll see what I can do.
Thanks. I might have some ingredients in stock. Don't really know what you need.
Show me what you've got. So he actually doesn't have what we need in stock. We need toxin extract for the poison he's after, and he doesn't sell any. What he does sell though is a couple of really good things. Firstly, he sells a lot of plans. So if you want your character either create potions, like that Lyrium potion could be really useful, especially for our character actually, or lay traps, then he's got plans for a bunch of different stuff. So it's worth checking him out anyway. The other thing he sells is flasks, and you do need flasks to create most potions or poisons. So it's always worth having a supply if you do want to be a crafter. So I might grab some of those. He does actually sell one really unique thing, and that's this, Thorn of the Dead Gods. So this is a dagger. You can get this in 3 different ways, and Balin here is the first way to get it. So I'm just going to buy it here, because then I don't have to remember to do it later. So if we buy that, and then exit... That's the quest we got, and there's the Codex entry. So the Thorn of Dead Gods has a Codex entry associated with it, so let's look at that. This is a Codex entry I barely ever get, because I always forget about this particular item, but it's here and you can just buy it. In the moment that it struck, the blade of the Grey Warden who killed Toth, Archdemon of Fire, shattered into 3 pieces. After the Battle of Hunterfell, the Wardens carried their fallen brother to Weishaupt for a hero's burial, but the broken pieces of his sword were left behind. For years the shards lay forgotten on the battlefield. Steel became etched with the corrupted blood of the dead god. They were eventually discovered by a Navaran woman, searching through the bones for a sign of her lost son. She sold them to a blacksmith, not knowing what they truly were, for 10 bits. The smith, however, knew that he had purchased more than scrap metal, and fashioned the shards into 3 identical daggers, the Thorns of the Dead Gods. They left his hands and were scattered to the far corners of Thedas, but everywhere they went, the thorns left misery and loss in their wake. The woman who unearthed them died soon after of plague. The smith fell into his forge. Each person who has held one of the thorns, even briefly, has died an untimely death. Well, I guess we've really got to hope that that doesn't come true for us. But I do think it's a really cool piece of lore that in here it says only 3 were ever made, and you can actually find 3 of them across Thedas. So that's cool. Let's clear the rest of these Codex entries while we're here. Oh yeah, these are the quest related ones we got from our Blackstone quests. So this is the letter to us actually. To the inimitable Grey Warden, your deeds have spread since the tragedy of Ostagar, and I find myself in need of one such as you. I am Raelnor, captain of the venerable Blackstone Irregulars, and I hope to win your trust. The Irregulars have come on hard times since the war with Orlais, but I have fought to improve their reputation. Gone are the days of my father's shady deals with unscrupulous nobles in Denerim. No, I have trained a guild filled with honourable men ready to fight for Ferelden, and I'm proud to say that I have seen your own Grey Wardens as a sort of model. We are not perfect. My own son advocates a move back to the more lucrative way my father ran the guild, but we are steadfast. It is in this context that I ask for your help, and I promise we will reward you accordingly. Should you be willing, please find letters in this box and others like it across the land, and carry out the request therein. For this matter, consider requests from my son as if they came from myself. And thank you again from the bottom of my heart. Whether you choose to assist us or not, you are doing the Maker's work, Warden, and I'm honoured to work with you. Raelnor. This letter is marked with the seal of the Blackstone Irregulars. And here's the letter of conscription we're meant to give out. Dear friend, you are receiving this letter because you or someone else placed your name on an article of conscription, thereby pledging your life to the Blackstone Irregulars. With war looming on all fronts, the Irregulars must build their numbers. We are forced to call upon those who have sworn their assistance to make good on those oaths. Say farewell to your friends and family. While you may return to them, you must prepare them for the possibility that this will be your last day together. Your sacrifice is appreciated. Tauren. This letter is marked with the seal of the Blackstone Irregulars. Cool. And we got a character update. Liliana. In the cloister, away from the fuss and flurry of the cities, I found peace, and in that stillness I could hear the Maker. A lay sister of the Chantry who can beat the stuffing out of trained mercenaries would be notable enough, but one who also claims to have been sent to fight the Darkspawn by the Maker himself is unusual, to say the least. She joined Alistair and Melody in Lothering, insisting that she would prove useful. Okay, awesome. That's all in here. Oh, actually, before we leave, I do want to grab a few flasks off Balin.
Any luck with that poison? Or you?
Yep. Don't want to buy too many, but they are useful, so we'll buy a bunch. And the other thing to buy are potions. Potions are always useful. And yes, we can actually craft our own, but Might as well buy them while they're available. Mabari Crunch, by the way, is a fairly unique item. It only works on the Mabari Hound, but it does help heal them up, so that's useful if you want it. There are lesser injury kits. I don't really need them right now, though.
Did you speak to that knight yesterday?
One thing before we go any further, I do want to take a look at Liliana, because I find it interesting. Yeah, she comes equipped with a single dagger, which is really strange, because if we look at her skills, she has rogue skills unlocked, but she has archery talents. There, she doesn't have any dual weapon talents, so your best bet for Liliana, unless you want to change her halfway through her leveling process, but I don't advise it, just give her a bow. You've probably picked up a few. I think the Wild's bow is probably the best one I have. Yeah, it is. It's tier 3. It's pretty good, actually, so we'll give her that. And then you can give her arrows and stuff if you want to. And you might as well give her some armor, because she doesn't really come with much. But see, this is why it's handy to hang on to equipment that your own character doesn't actually need, because when you get a new companion, it's great just to be able to immediately give her some stuff. She's actually got pretty good boots, to be honest. I will give her the iced band and the ephemeralist belt. It's not a very good belt, but it's better than nothing. Current amulet's pretty good. +1 cunning, plus mental resistance, so we'll keep that. She can also have some gloves. She can have those ones. And do I have a helmet for her? I do not, so that's fine. Okay, there we go.
Everyone in the tavern. How are we supposed to know where the urn of sacred ash?
Just got that controls one for fatigue, so I'm just going to clear that out while I remember. Okay, I'm actually going to end the episode in a minute. The last thing I'll do is grab these 2 quests. So Alison here, she will give you a quest that you can only take if you have trap making, and that's exactly the reason that when I was leveling up at one point, I grabbed the A level in trap making, because I knew I needed to do it to grab this quest. I don't really intend to make traps myself, so you could consider that a wasted skill, but it does let me get this quest and show it off to you.
Hello, stranger. I don't suppose you know anyone that can make traps?
I'm quite familiar with traps and the like.
I would happily pay you to make some. There's wood and nails and other goods around the village and the forest, but you probably already know that. Sorry. Come back if you make some.
Okay, traps are a girl's best friend. And then this one here, similarly, you need herbalism to be able to get this. It doesn't have to be you. Morrigan actually starts with herbalism. So if your own character doesn't have it, and as a mage, I think you always start with herbalism. But just put Morrigan in your party, then talk to Elder Miriam. I should say that if you don't have these skills when you talk to these people for the very first time, they won't offer the quest anymore, even if you later pick up the skills and come back to them.
You got a bed for the night. You taken care of.
Actually, I was more hoping I could help you.
Don't need blades right now. We need beds, food, and an end to all these sad sots. I don't suppose you know anything of tonics, medicines, or herbs.
I know a bit about herbalism.
Then you may be able to do us a lot of good. All manner of travellers come through, many injured or sick. We do our best, but we're out of supplies. There's medicinal herbs in the woods to the north. If you make a few poultices, I'll scrape together some sort of payment. I'll write all you need to know in this note here.
Cool. More than just plants. So there we go. Grab Liliana to unlock that.
It's done.
Okay, these quests are rather easy to complete, but I'm actually going to leave the episode here and we'll do it next time. So, it's already been a decently long episode, so thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.